Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Ever wonder why some people seem to get rich with little effort while others work really hard and yet still struggle? The secret isn't knowledge. The secret is what we'll be breaking down today, and that is the 3 books that will make you rich. The first one we'll be talking about today is by George Clayson. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. So that is the richest man in Babylon. Basically, in the story, although it's pretty old, I think it's from the 1920s, the first lesson that the author writes about is the secret that I've talked about in my video before on which I'll link in the description below. And that is the first secret, which is pay yourself first. That is, set aside a minimum of 10% and put that into savings or investments. So you need to pay yourself first. And over time, this will create financial security and wealth. The second lesson from The Richest Man in Babylon is make your money multiply. Basically, your money should work for you. So make your money multiply. So savings is not the answer. We can put our money into a savings account, and if it's not growing, when basically it's not multiplying, it's actually doing us a disservice, and inflation is hitting it. So we need to find ways to grow our wealth, and that can be through investments, through business, through passive income. So pay yourself first is the first lesson from The Richest Man in Babylon, and make your money multiply is the second one. So these same some of these lessons are then repeated and reinforced in the second book that will make you rich, and that is called. This is a very popular book by a man called Robert Kiyosaki, and it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, in which he talks about um, his real dad, who he refers to as his poor dad, and his friend's dad, who was rich and taught him some money lessons. And the lessons that we can get from this book are that the rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. And as you can see, money work for them. And as you can see, this is a reinforcement of the secret, one of the lessons in The Richest Man in Babylon, which is make your money multiply. So money shouldn't sit in a bank account, it should be working for us. Then the how Richard Robert Kiyosaki describes this is that basically the wealthy invest in assets, so things like stocks, real estate, businesses, and these also generate money for them. So their money is making more money. The second lesson we can learn from Rich Dad Poor Dad is that we need to buy assets and not liabilities. Not liabilities. And it's quite important that we understand what what the difference between is. And Robert is very clear about this when he says an asset is something that puts money into your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. And it turns a, a commonly held theory on its head, basically, because most of us think of our homes as assets. We always say, "Oh, my home is my asset," but actually, unless that home is you've got a lodger in there or someone who's actually helping put money into your pocket, it's not your home is not an asset. It's actually a liability until the mortgage is paid off. So that's quite an interesting concept. So liabilities, so things like your car, if it's on finance, your credit cards, your loans, all these things are taking money out of your pockets. And assets are what allow you to gain wealth. And so the lesson from Robert Kiyosaki is buy assets, because assets result in accumulation of wealth. The last book that I would highly recommend to, as this will help make you rich, is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. So that's the Total Money Makeover. In this one, Dave Ramsey gives some lessons, and one of the biggest lessons he talks about is that we need to live below our means, below our means. In other words, spend less than you make. So live below your means and build an emergency fund. And build an emergency fund. And these are key principles to building financial stability. This is just for you to feel stable and to feel more relaxed in life. If you live below your means and you've got an emergency fund to cover you in case of the worst thing happening, because as they say, Murphy's law is that if something bad can happen, it will happen. So, and the next way he good lesson he gives he talks about the debt snowball method. This is a method of eliminating debt where you list your debts from smallest to largest and then you pay the smallest first and clear that first while making minimum payments on the rest. And in this way, we build momentum because with loads of these things, it's more of a um, psychological benefit to us because the theory isn't the thinking isn't that we don't know what to do, it's just that we don't do it. So at least if we're doing the snowball method, we're making wins, we're clearing debts and clearing debts, and then the momentum helps to clear the bigger debts faster. So those are the three books which I would highly recommend because if you want to become rich, because the lessons in them are very, very clear. So, which of these books do you think will help you the most? Drop me a comment below, and I'll respond to everyone. In the link as well, what I've done is I've I've recommended a link to Audible. Audible is an app which instead of reading, because sometimes we don't have time to read, but we have lots of time, let's say in our cars, because I find that I drive to work and it takes me an hour to get to work. So that's a whole lot of dead time that I have used to actually listen to books. So instead of reading the books, I spend a lot of time listening to the books. And in the link below, you can start your free trial, and this will literally be a gift that keeps on giving. Believe you me, try it for yourself. I've also linked into my other videos, such as the Cash ISO one below, uh, and this will all help you in your journey to gain financial literacy and create wealth. Remember, everything that I'm telling you in these videos, it's just my personal opinion, my lived experience, and what I have found works in my life. It's not financial advice. If you're looking for personal financial advice, obviously consult a registered professional who's registered. If you're in the UK with the FSCA. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.